We're going to close our time together this morning with a short reflection followed by more blessed singing. Oh, the music. Oh, the music. As I reflected on All Souls Day these last few weeks, what dropped in with such a clarity is this truth. There isn't a soul on this earth whose life has not been touched by loss. Not a soul. It is the great uniter. No one is alone in this. And it brought to mind a poem by William Stafford that goes like this. There is a thread you follow. It goes among things that change, but it doesn't change. People wonder about what you are pursuing. You have to explain about the thread. But it is hard for others to see. While you hold it, you can't get lost. Tragedies happen. People get hurt or die. And you suffer. And you get old. Nothing you do can stop time's unfolding. You don't ever let go of the thread. This poem is called The Way It Is. Loss, death, aging, our own mortality. It is the way it is. The great uniter. Not a soul on earth untouched by the way it is. When our music director, Charlene Bethel, who has a truly psychic ability to know what piece of music belongs where before we'd ever even thought about All Souls or started talking about it, she shared that in meeting we are blessed piece with me. And I knew it needed to be the title of this morning's reflection. I'm so grateful to her for her psychic abilities and gifts. Its lyrics were inspired by the great 16th century poet John Donne, whose celebrated works span a variety of themes, but many of his most popular pieces fall under the two umbrellas, either funeral poems or divine meditations. And both of the catalogs there articulate a deep mourning and the blessedness that is precious love and life and remembrance. There's that sitting right next to it. Oh, how precious they are, love and life and remembrance. And you won't be surprised to hear that Donne's life was riddled with loss after tragic loss. This is the great paradox, isn't it? You know it well, how much transcendent wisdom, beauty, and truth come from the hearts, minds, and hands of our most bereft. As though when life is at its most raw and tender, the veil is thin, which is this moment of the year, one gets a glimpse of what it's really all about. Faced with loss or tragedy, I know I'm not alone in this one. We so often find ourselves saying things like, at the end of the day, what matters most is love. Taking in this beautiful altar that you've built and still hearing the names of those we have loved and missed terribly, it's not difficult to know that yes, love is the thing at the end of the day that matters most. The blessedness of meeting, as was so beautifully sung. And I sense that's why rituals and days of remembrance such as this matter to so many people around the world. All Saints' Day, All Souls' Day, Samhain, Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, millions and millions of people coming together to speak names through rituals of good honoring, where we are able to remember the preciousness of life and the sanctity of love and community. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Remembrance and grief and all their indescribable pain does give us this gift, and it has been well held today. What really matters? Take in that altar. What really matters? It puts our hands back on the thread. And you can feel that right now. Loss and transience remind us to notice and cherish. Loss and transience remind us to live, to be and be better, as Maya Angelou writes. Loss and transience remind us that our time on this earth is fleeting, and to make good use of it. To make good use of it. And so I say to you, may it be so, and amen.